Hello students, today I'll be starting the next topic of conic sections, which is ellipse. An ellipse is a set of points in a plane, the sum of whose distances from two fixed points in the plane is a constant. Or in other words, we can say that an ellipse is a locus of a point which moves in such a manner that the sum of its distances from two fixed points is always a constant. Now let's discuss a few important terms and definitions related to ellipse. Foci of an ellipse. The two fixed points are called the foci, which is the plural form of focus of the ellipse. Now, another important point to be noted is the constant, which is the sum of the distances of a point on the ellipse from two fixed points is always greater than the distance between the two fixed points. Now let us consider an ellipse. Ellipse is something like this. It's an elliptic shape or a slightly elongated version of the circle, and then this is something any point on this is said to lie on an ellipse. The two fixed points are f1 and f2 from which we are measuring the distances. So let's see some important definitions on this. So these 2 points from which you are measuring the distance is called as the two foci. Now the midpoint of the line joining the two foci is called as the center of the ellipse. Any line through the two foci is called as the major axis, and the points in which it meets the ellipse are called as the two vertices. Again, vertices is a plural form of vertex. So what we have seen is the locus of a point which travels in such a manner that its distances sum of its distances from two fixed points f1 and f2 is always a constant, is said to be an ellipse. The two fixed points are called as the two foci. The midpoint of the line joining the two foci is called as the center. A line through the two foci is called as the major axis of the ellipse. The portion of the major axis cut off between the ellipse is called as the length of major axis. The two points of intersection of the major axis with the ellipse are called as the two vertices. So the center also happens to be the midpoint of the line joining the two vertices or midpoint of the major axis. Now again, through the center of the ellipse, if we draw a line perpendicular to the major axis, it is called as the minor axis, and its portion cut off by the ellipse or between the ellipse, that is this portion CD, will be called as the length of the minor axis. Now some important or standard notations, that is we usually, and it's a standard way of denoting them. The length of the major axis is always denoted by 2a, which is also the distance between the two vertices. The length of the minor axis is called as a 2b, and the distance between the two foci is called as 2c. And so accordingly, semi-major axis, that is the half of the major axis, that is the distance between the center and one end of the major axis will be a. Semi minor axis, which is the distance between the center and one end of the minor axis, is b, and c is the distance of the focus, any one of the focus from the origin. Now let's come up to the next thing, that is once we have introduced three constants a, b and c. So let's study the relation between the three constants a, b and c, or which will also be the relation between the semi-major axis a, semi-minor axis b, and the distance of the focus from the center of the ellipse, which is c. So consider an ellipse. So this is a center, and let us consider P to be any point on one end of the major axis. So for by virtue of being on the ellipse, it will satisfy the property of being on the ellipse, that is that is pf1 plus pf2 will be equal to a constant. That is, its distance from sum of its distances from the two fixed points f1 and f2 should be constant. So we get pf1 plus pf2 equal to constant, but pf1 is equal to po minus OF1. Okay, so that will be A minus C. Similarly, PF2 will be PO plus OF. PO plus OF2, that is A plus C. And so we get A constant is equal to A minus C plus A plus C. C and minus C get cancelled. We get the constant is equal to 2A. And so the fixed constant which we keep referring to in case of a ellipse is equal to 2A, which is also the length of the major axis. Now let us consider Q to be a point on the one end of the minor axis. So clearly, by virtue of being on the ellipse, QF1 plus QF2 will be equal to that same constant, which is equal to 2A. And so we get QF1 plus QF2 will be 2A, but QF1 is equal to it being the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle having the two legs as B and C will be equal to square root of B squared plus C squared. Similarly, QF2 would be square root of B squared plus C squared, and so we get B squared plus C squared under root plus under root of B squared plus C squared equal to 2A, which gives us twice of under root of B squared plus C squared equal to 2A, and this gives us, on solving, A squared equal to B squared plus C squared, which is a very important relation between A, B and C. Clearly A is more than both B and C in case of an ellipse, and this gives us C is equal to square root of A squared minus B squared. Now again, another thing to be noted is that A, B and C have to be taken as all positive since they represent distances. Now, special cases of an ellipse. Now, in the equation C squared equal to A squared minus B squared, keeping A fixed, if we vary C from 0 to A, the resulting ellipses will vary in shape. First case, when C is 0, the two foci merge together with the center of the ellipse, that is C is 0, so the two foci coincides with the center of the ellipse, and A squared is equal to B squared, that is A is equal to B, and this is that is, in such a case the ellipse becomes a circle. So circle is a special case of an ellipse. Similarly, this next case is if C is equal to A, then B will be equal to 0. The ellipse reduces to a line segment F1 F2 joining the two foci because B falls down upon the major axis. Now so straight line is also a special case of an ellipse. Now let's consider one more definition, that is eccentricity. The eccentricity of an ellipse is the ratio of the distances from the center of the ellipse to one of the foci and to one of the vertices of the ellipse. It is denoted by small e. Thus, E is the ratio of C to A, that is E is equal to C upon A, which will be less than 1 in case of an ellipse as C is less than A. Also from here you can get the focus C is equal to A into E. So let us quickly sum up what we have done today. That is, ellipse is a set of all those points which are such that the sum of their distances from two fixed points is always a constant, and that those 2 points are called as the two foci. Then that constant is equal to 2A, and then we found out a relation between A, B and C. A is the length of semi-major axis, B is the length of semi-minor axis, and C is the distance of one of the foci from the center. And so it came out to be A squared equal to B squared plus C squared. Then we define another term, that is eccentricity, and which is defined as a ratio of C to A, which is less than 1 in case of an ellipse. So in terms of eccentricity, the distance of the focus from the center can be defined as C is equal to AE. In our next video, we will be discussing the standard forms of an ellipse and their equations. Thank you.